I genuinely believe that work fulfills a really deep psychological need. And if you go back as far as the Greeks, philosophers, people who spent their lives in inquiry and creation, learning, building, contributing, that's kind of innate to what us humans do. And the problem is that I don't think that people have grown to hate work. I think they've grown to hate the structure that it's been forced into, because the 9 to 5, working 40 hours a week for a single employer for retirement that isn't promised, that structure doesn't serve those needs. It contains them. It takes the things that make us genuinely different from each other, our specific expertise, our curiosity, our ways of thinking, and it forces them into a box that exists primarily for someone else's benefit and not ours. Which is why I love portfolio income and the concept of portfolio careers, because what it actually does at its core is use your existing career capital to, one, get you out of that structure, not out of work altogether, but out of that box. And it moves in a few stages. So first, you use the skills that you've already developed in your job. That's the exit from mandatory labour, the ones with real market value outside of employment, to generate enough income that you don't need to work 40 hours a week inside someone else's structure to maintain your life. That's where the mental space to do everything else comes from. And if you have no idea what skills you already have that could generate you a decent income outside of corporate, I do have a tool in my bio that can help you with that. It's called the Skills to Income tool, so you can check that out. But secondly, once you have that mental space, you develop the things you actually want to work on, because passions and genuine curiosity need time to grow without the weight of financial pressure. Like, I literally hate that advice of just follow your passion and you never work a day in your life, because it's bullshit, right? Passions need to develop without the burden of paying your rent. When every hour has to justify itself economically, there's no room for anything to develop naturally. And building a portfolio career creates that room. Third, because you've structured your life differently, different kinds of opportunities start to appear. Better aligned work, projects you'd actually choose. The structure itself starts providing a better version of what work could be, and it becomes an ecosystem that feeds itself. Interesting to me than retiring early or working in one particular lane until I'm 65. I don't want to stop being challenged. I don't want to stop contributing to things that I'm proud of. I want to work on things that excite me, that stretch me. I just don't want those things to consume all of my life. The difference between retirement and working towards a work optional life is the difference between stopping and choosing. And being able to choose, to me, is a much more interesting destination.